all configured for him sport. I'm lying to you all on the internet. I can only apologize. Just blanked on the fact that Rumble was locked in first round.
This is going to head off to his other side. Oh no, I thought he just head over to the other side of his jungle. He's still going to stick around here, but now he's going to have to face up against level 2 Tarzan.
Wants to try and get the smite off. Can maybe do that actually. Oh, smite! No, he's early!
It wasn't. I mean, I would argue, Sam, that's not even early. There just wasn't enough damage. He just didn't. He was trying to time it with the Jarvan auto attack. That was just a misplay.
Prep for a team to set up early plays for their jungle. That is going to sting right now for Nio. Loses 2 camps, burns the early smite.
Of it is now you see Tarzan, if he wins that micro, he's going to go straight back for the wrap to respawn, and Nio is being shut out of the game. This game is revolving around the jungle matchup.
Tarzan's got his second red buff. He's got a refresh on it, and there's the empowered auto with the martial cadence. Over comes Nightcat to kind of shield this one out of it. He wins the smite fight as well. Double the CS of the Kiana right now.
Oh, it's just such a hard position to be in. Not bad straight back onto Shanks. And it feels bad for NIP because I do think that their combo works really well late. You know, in the early levels, level 1 to 3, she does not survive champions like Jarvan or Shinzao that effectively. And AL, real credit to them. They are a team which a lot of people had started to you know, worry about in this split. And then, of course, in the lower bracket, we had a lot of worries about.
Nightcat about to come and help potentially gank Flandre, who's not quite got the level 6. He ends up taking a turret shot there in a way I think was not entirely anticipated, but it's going to be fine. Should be able to get a turret plate here likely.
And Anyone's Legend took the dragon while we talk about this too. Now, they do a little bit of damage there. Doing coming up with level 6. This is a little easier to play around.
Flash from Flandre does not save him. We'll try and get some value back with the flames. Bit of a Nightcat flash on the flash out. Gets out to save.
Team has just walked in with Tarzan. Yeah,
on repeat.
The bouncers have walked in and said, gotta see your right. Yep, sorry, gotta see your ID.
No!
Take the Krug. Nio's been kicked out on his ass.
Still not at level 6. Nio should get this off the next camp, but that has been very delayed. Grub's being started up.
Yeah, Nio still doesn't have level 6. He's still down on level 6. If he gets one Grub.
Gonna be over the wall with the flash. That's a really big chunk of the Flandre who gets the equalize down, but he's dead. Reminder who got caught out there the other day in the upper bracket. Anyway, Hope going to be over the wall here. Going to pick up another
level 6. Level 6 for Nio. He got the Grub, so it's ended up being 1 for 1. It's not. So it's the second one will go over to NIP. And AL do not manage to find the fight before Nio hits himself level 6. And now, you know, we come away from the hilarity of the jungle matchup. Let's be honest. And NIP are now almost 1,000 gold ahead. They do get themselves the 2. Yeah, he's been, I don't know, paltry minimizing. Right, Dragon started. This could be a huge fight. AL, do they bring the full combo to bear? Shanks recalling, looking to teleport in.
Angle barbs onto Tarzan. Over comes that teleport. It's a little bit deep. Solo kill going to be just fine though. Just get hit by the Cosmic Binding, but throws out a volcanic rupture TP into mid. It's a little late from Shanks, but he is now here.
There's Flandre as well. Ornn goes first.
Oh, Tempered Fate denies the supreme display of talent. Well, Tarzan, Flag and Dragon cost so many. Flandre with the Flame Spinner in the backline. Oh, it's a disaster. Cataclysm keeps Leave locked up. Shockwave will keep him knocked down. Yeah, they bring down the Jarvan, but the rest of the team capitulates.
Anyone's Legend land the wombo combo, and despite the fact that the Unara is not caught in the combo,
get the kill towards feats of strength and that marker, but otherwise it's a big swing for anyone's Legend.
So it's likely going to be on. Yeah, I was speaking to Jack Spanker about that Legends fan. Yeah. Turns out I have a kind of breaks build to Cambo, so it's like build it ASAP. Herald now started. Anyone's Legend looking to pull off the wombo combo again.
Kyle gets chunked a little low. In comes the Tempered Fate to buy a bit of time. Kyle kind of going to the wrong side of the rift. Then will get knocked up and knocked out. Pop Blossom is great, and that blows up Flandre. Tarzan trying to go on forward, but Leave buying so much time with a wonderful step, but will eventually go down. Supreme Display of Talent goes wide. Shockwave on 3. Shanks tries to turn around, but gets stunned up by Doinby. He walks straight into the face check of the Disintegrate. And Doinby throws out a last auto, laughing at Shanks.
Solo kill shows us to the Dragon. I'm legally obliged to inform you that Sam did a half punch.
Yeah, he did. I glanced
the full punch experience.
With a nail.
Yeah, Herald used to break up in bot lane out its turrets, not used onto mid lane. We've seen more of Herald used onto side lane turrets recently. Second charge likely to come in here unless Kyle wants to ult it. Now the problem is he doesn't have the ult for the... I actually wonder if that's a mistake. If they do want to contest... Well, okay, it's a mistake if they wanted to contest, which I presume they don't because Shanks is in top side. So I'll take that back. But they won't have that Bard ult for clutch engage or disengage. Now, Dragon very likely going up towards NIP.
Pick up some turrets where they can. Worth noting that NIP with that secure on the structure to get themselves beat to strength. So they'll be forced to flash then. And as Tarzan catches inside the Cataclysm.
I actually wonder now, you see the Cataclysm
Very
down.
confused for a second or two.
Well, I mean, now I did just walk over Control Ward and not clear it as well.
Okay,
So it is, in fact, both. Fighting up a bot side. River!
Ooh, Supreme Display of Talent goes entirely wide. Tempered Fate will keep Tarzan in one piece. On the other side, though, pick onto Kyle, who goes down to lead. Gets that one as his cultivation is fully engaged.
Jeez, NIP engaging on 2 different picks at the same time. Normally, you'd say that's a bit greedy, but it works out well here. Kyle goes down, Shanks loses Flash. So that's a big summoner used, and NIP used ultimates, but not summoners.
Shockwave comes along, as does the Equalizer, burns out. They do just get the pick with some incidental damage. Tarzan goes in with the Cataclysm, helps force NIP away from this turret.
Okay, good kill back onto Nightcat, so both supports now down and out of action. The AL are the ones that use the summoners. We'll see whether NIP can actually utilize that, because they still have Flash on Kiana, on the Annie. Perhaps that can go to something later. Atakan headed towards Emmanuel's Legend, though. Of course, that spawned an NIP. Maybe some worries now that they can't contest this. They're teleporting in. It'll be at about 2/3 HP by the time that they arrive.
Over they go now. There comes that teleport from Doomby. Got Flash, no ult, but can look for the stun nonetheless. Kyle trying to keep solo kill out of this. Doomby looking to get some value on him, but they
stolen!
a steal from Niall. It's not been a fun game for the Kiana, but there will be a laugh from the Emperor to Mixtal.
Yeah, the good avatar, you know, rather than the blue skin one. Solo kill, gonna get equalized on the bot side. Does have Flash. I'm not sure he's making it out of this one, folks.
He's going to run away, but I think he might just be and take this one with a little grain of salt as he solo
Hang on,
kill.
his ult's
but actually,
coming up.
Yeah, you turn it all around. Over comes the call. The force got across 2. They do lose no cap for it. As Nio ends up ulting inside the Cataclysm.
Tarzan flashed out of it. He wanted to catch Tarzan. Tarzan flashing, going in for another flag drag.
Shockwave flashed away from Solical, who's still alive, by the way. Oh, a leave! Completely transcends himself. Can't get more than one. Nice attempt, though. Trapped to the tower. Tarzan can't get the kill on Solical still. Nio running towards the bush in this bot side wave. Has got the grass blade to work with. Flandre very low. Needs to be very careful about overstepping forward. The double solo laners here as Hope is hunting for... Hope, how are you there?
Just cut off. They're trying to chase down too many members. Nio is still alive. He can maybe burst out one person if things go badly enough. But if he dies, he won't be up for... The dragon is alive. This is super important.
May well be. Trying to buy some time. Good damage back onto Tarzan, but can't quite get the burst. And Tarzan survives.
And now the smite is dead for the dragon. That's why it is
Flash
common
there
to make sure he's not trapped inside the terrain.
Back towards life we go. AL on top of the dragon. Should be able to pick this one up. Nio not really around to be able to steal that one, as you said. Was dead. Upgrade Infinity, once known as the Molten Edge. I still remember you old worn item names. And Doomby's on this. Annie also been really strong. The Baron, though, being started on screen. Makes that one happen. Down to 6,000
needs to teleport in. Flandre's teleporting in now, but there's going to be a flip.
And Fate will buy a lot of time. Call of Forge Gold coming across. Good knock up. Supreme Display of Talent is completely off, but the smite is not. Nio ends up getting a hold of that, and Tarzan will likely die here. Gets a Cataclysm as a last shot before he goes. Hope backing away. Baron is secured by NIP.
Okay, heist secured. NIP get themselves the Baron and the teleport out of Flandre as well. It's another bad Supreme Display of Talent, which catches no one. Now, his smites have been good. Might need to check out the Archie, though. That one's been a little less accurate. NIP, they do see a 5v4. They'll lose themselves the mid lane outer turret, but they get themselves a big objective to potentially secure the map. Start opening up these side lanes now.
W empowered now. Nio will join up with Doomby to help bring down that turret and start to accelerate. It's only their second turret of the game, so a lot of standing gold to pick up.
That's true. It's a really good point. AL only just got their third as well. It's been a largely low kill in terms of tower game. Nio coming in, doesn't have that ultimate to slam into the wall, otherwise that would have been much.
Spirit's cultivated for leave, and again, he's at 3 items and has largely managed to get a lot of work down this game. 10 stacks on the dot.
It's only going to be flanking vision from AL. I don't think they really want to flank anyway. I think if they do, they die. They want to be grouped up as 5. Tarzan has to find a huge angle. Him or Kyle. Those are the two which you have to look at. It's on the jungle support of anyone's legend. So often the beating heart of this team. Nio. Vision.
Look for an angle. Shanks is forced to flash. Gets knocked up. Grass blade. Supreme Display of Talent goes nowhere.
He tries to hit him into the wall. Doomby's got him covered, though. Doomby flashing forwards.
Really doesn't matter because everyone else follows up. But
this game,
the scout house required. Oh
God, I mean...
was that the fourth item?
Yeah.
Because I thought he just had the Noon Quiver in inventory for a while and won't build a full...
Yeah. And then, but also Noon Quiver goes into shield.
Yeah, so he had another Noon Quiver come in, so he just built that one up.
Yes.
Anyway. Niall.
Tarzan on the flank.
Yeah. Could look for something. He needs to get on a lot of people. That supreme display of talent a little better. Ends up hitting 3-4 people around the red buff. Shockwave comes back with the Temper Fate, delays a lot of follow-up. Kyle very low, looking for the Cosmic Binding. Nightcat with the Pop Blossom, 1-for-1 right now as Doomby dies. Flandre looking to try and get involved here as Hope needs to try and get that ball, not do so. As Leave just unleashes. Late game Yunara. Niall just about goes down as Shanks will Clockwork wind him down. But Nightcat throwing out some Empired Autos with the shape changes should be able to get that with the Blooming Burst.
Support kill for Nightcat to end off the game, and NIP, despite the early jungle pressure, team fight their way into a lead against our reigning champions, fallen down to the lower bracket in game 1.
We'll be winning game 1 and do so in style. It wasn't always pretty style, but when it worked, it was fantastic. And Atakan, Steel, Leave and Doomby flexing their muscles, and AL... Once the plan goes out the window, what's going on, guys? Harry for Tarzan in the Neferi. He and Kanavi, for my money, would probably be our two most prolific and dangerous Neferi players, and they still go back to when the draft allows for.
So anyone's like shut down. Leave on the center is disgustingly good too, by the way. Got some world records on the center stack, and they're going to go for the turret reset aggro with a Neferi W.
In comes the heal, the door to buy some time. Flash out from Leaf is solid, rooted under the turret, takes turret aggro, and that gives some resets. Tarzan, whoa! It goes beautifully for NIP. Sure, they lose Leave, but he'll be dusting his shoulders off after that one.
So he'll get some more value from that. Are we going to see a contest over this? Pantheon is walking down.
Into Kyle. Good sweeper there, probably required. Be all right here. I think walking into this river now gets challenging. Realm Warp coming on through. Leave will put down the Curse of the Black Mist and get out of range and stop being targetable again. Flash from Kyle. Gets to the back end, but it's onto Nightcat. That's pretty deep into a Braum. And just more stacks for Leave.
Yeah, Leave just walks up and says, ooh, another person to hit. Doesn't actually get the double stack off of Shanks. And that's why Kyle went forward. Another W landing, this time on the Dragon. The smite should come through.
Get the smite back, but the passive comes on through from Braum. Concussive blows landing. Can't quite get the kill. Flash on forwards. Dark and Dagger, not enough. Does finally get the bleed. Leave with another route onto Tarzan. Health bars Mael desperately low. Heal comes on for Nio needs to get over the wall. They just don't quite have the damage.
So close. A flash invested by Tarzan to get the 1 kill. The Dragon was put there too, but I'm a little bit worried that they invested a lot of summoners for that, and now Pantheon is ulting in.
Kyle needs to be a bit wary. In comes the Zen, but Nio's very low. Does get the kill. Each still comes on forward. Nugget, heal, tries to go forward to the Unbreakable. Won't be able to save his jungler as Tarzan got the bleed down. Doomby now behind. Damage onto Shanks, but the damage from Tarzan getting really nasty as he tries to call the back. Caught on the gravity field. Gets stunned up. Nightcat just out of danger, but no, the bleed from the daggers.
As long as they don't die when they're soaking that engage, and that's the problem. I don't think they have the front line to consistently do that. I think we'll see some fights where Kyle or Tarzan will go too deep, potentially, and die. We'll see if that comes in here, actually. If Flandre is the one tanking, though, that is a problem.
Tarzan now on a potential engage angle alongside Kale the Glacial Fisher buys some time. Shanks on the back line, though. He's not going front to back. Leave gets over the wall and flash for a second, but Tarzan over after. Can't blast going out to safety. Solo finally TP's in. The health bar's pretty damn low, though, and that'll be a kill for Nio. Public execution lands onto the Sivir. Hope will not be springing very far, and certainly not eternally. Flandre gets a decimating smash, but Solo kill gets another. Shanks needs to realm warp out. Blasco can't interrupt. Nice idea, but just out of range. And the zombie
so much more work. This Ambassador just carried this fight. And NIP, that'll get him a lot of gold in pocket.
Shanks even Rune Prisoner mid-ult. We land root, it doesn't matter. Back to life goes Nightcat, likely does die. The daggers from Tarzan still dangerous. The skirmish power of this Neferi at 6 kills, not to be underestimated.
Absolutely not. Tarzan doing some great work here. Jumping forwards again, trying to jump once onto Nio. That he's okay, but here comes Hope.
Last embrace with buying stunky people safe. Doomby with a good gravity field, actually, but now potentially in danger as Tarzan goes on top of the gravity field. Hope, reload. Nio's found him. Going to shield vault in. Piercing Darkness claims that one.
Tarzan, he has the ult over the wall. He's going in again. Does he have an E? He has a lot of damage, remember.
Got the reset on the ult. That's probably why I was thinking it was an option. Slowed down by Leave, though. Gets another good combo. Each assault required. Tarzan low. Remember, doesn't have the call the back, but does have an eviscerate. Caught in the gravity field. Slowed down
the
again.
Spacing from
My
Leave.
days. He's already got 60 stacks. His range is getting pretty ridiculous already.
This is why you don't give Leave those stacking champions. The range could be a huge issue if you continue to skirmish like this. Can they stop the recall? Ooh. No, not quite. So anyone's legend. I mean, they don't lose a kill in that fight, but again, it's a bit of a lot better on a great snipe through with a cube. No way to escape after that one into the bot side. This could be just a straight kill. Good W onto the ult.
Yeah, means that public execution comes on through. The Dawning Shadow. It just ends up being a 21-gun salute. Will not save the top laner.
All right, so that's what another on the other side of the map worth noting.
Yeah.
So it wasn't fully finished by NIP. Solical could teleport up, looking for a good flight there. Flandre can recall, teleport in himself. He needs to teleport in early, though. That front line is so critical to anyone's legend.
Leave, now in danger.
Flash.
Fled. Does need to be careful as the redemption comes on for double redemption. Stays alive, curse of the black mid value. Insane. Piercing darkness keeps him alive as well.
Okay, Leave, you got good defense there, and these redemptions have been clutch. It does open up the Herald angle towards anyone's legend, though.
Leave back to half HP, calculated right now. They burned a lot to get Leave and didn't succeed. Piercing darkness, last embrace. Flandre getting chunked out. He's not that tanky yet, actually. Loses about a third of his HP bar already. Tarzan low, public execution, well timed. Taken now by Nayo. Shanks desperately low, needs to start running away. Kyle now left in the front line, and the Behemoth of NIP get to roll on forward. In comes the Arcane Ray, a shield bot, and they get the kill onto Kyle.
NIP, another good objective fight from them. Leave is at 80 stacks now at 17 minutes while still farming as well. It's not like he's dropped farm for this, folks. And I keep talking about this because in that fight, you see how much range he's getting and how much he can just continually hold anyone's legend at bay if they don't land that critical engage. We were so close to it beforehand. NIP going to have to defend this play in the top side, though. Solo kill, maybe dead to the Scion ultimate.
Yeah, it does look like it'll be that way. Flashes away from it, but Tarzan calling the pack. The Roar of the Slayer. Solo kill will dash away as best he can. Does not have that much energy to work with the Dark In Dagger. Bleed, plus a last auto from Flandre secures the kill.
Tarzan and Flandre trying their best to pick up something there. Herald picked up in mid lane. By the way, next objective will take the feats of strength because we've got first Terra to one side and we have the kills on the other. That makes the things very important around this next dragon, which has spawned.
Worth noting as well because Tarzan was topside. He's not here to set up. He's only resetting now. Turret goes down in mid, and NIP could be 88 stacks at 18 minutes.
Okay, folks, we're going to have to track when he gets 100. I think 1940-something was what happened last time. Kyle dies in the mid lane. Quick kill as anyone's legend thought. Surely they'll be rushing the dragon. No, not the case. Shanks and Tarzan are in. He breaks
so much earlier.
No, perhaps he just breaks the champion. Maybe it's just a leave factor. AL, they are without their support for this, and Scion still doesn't have ult, so he can't engage the play either. NIP will get feats of strength and second dragon.
It's taken. There you go. Feats of strength secured. Upgraded Swifty boots for Senna. Oh, joy of joy.
The occasion has been made for them to stand up and be counted for. Doomby's going to get a top lane out of turret. NIP, they're not ahead, so I don't think they can really engage in the way that they wanted to. They're going to check it with that. They know they're out of position. It's okay, I suppose. We'll see how many petals they'll get. Sivirol just popped.
They're trying to turn from Kyle, body blocking too, trying to keep Nayo out of the pit. Kyle left alone here. Atakan secured, Leave chunking out Flandre, who's getting slowed down by the continual autos. Forced to ult away, but does still end up rooted briefly at the end. How aggressive do NIP want to do this? Go inside the curse of the Black Mist, make it quite difficult to turn around onto them. Here comes the Grand Starfall, can't quite get it. NIP can't punish anyone on the retreat outside of Kyle.
And I'm sure AL think that's a big win. It was only 10 petals from the Atakan. Maybe that's why NIP felt okay with it. They're going to teleport up towards mid lane. Shanks could potentially realm warp here, but I don't think you really want to dive into the center Borm, especially again with 100 stacks just hit from Leave. Teleport behind. They just teleported away from this. This could be a problem.
They need to try and turn and fight this, and they are. Flandre's going to be absolutely blasted. Disappears inside the curse. The Black Mist, hard to target them. Overcomes home. Then they go with Tarzan. Immediately rooted up. Leave still alive. He does so much work. Finally brought low, though. And the Dark In Daggers fly across. Solo kill in the 1v4. It's a triple kill already for Tarzan. And Hope picks up the full house.
Anyone's legend up the map.
The team fights had not been that clean, but the skirmishing, Tarzan, that's a different matter. You needed him to carry this game. He has just done so. Hope picking up his first kills of the game as well is great news. And all of a sudden, anyone's legend. Oh, we got Dragon spawning in 40 seconds. It'll be sole point for NIP. They need to reset and go again. You've got 2 items dodged across the board. Rising focus for Doomby as Nightcat is low. Exhaust comes on home, flashes out. Dawning Shadow is great to keep people alive. Redemption too late to keep himself in. Doomby split off as Tarzan blasts the mid laner. Reset on the Hound's pursuit. Solical bouncing away. Nayo in the front line. Decimating Smash flashed out from an AL beginning to bounce around. Tarzan so scary. So is Shanks. Under the tier 2 turret. They try to bounce around with a public execution. Can't quite do it. While AL end up with the extra kill.
Doomby out of position on these engages as long as Tarzan gets a place to DPS. 3 items on the Neferi. And this champion is well and truly online. Particularly hit his spike and things go poorly after this. Has gone for the giant spell, interestingly enough, to get a little bit more HP to deal with. Potentially that diver coming through. Not exactly sure what they'll go towards. Here comes the Scion.
Maybe, but that might have to wait as the incoming onslaught is pretty brutal, and Nio is immediately blasted. Tarzan dragged very deep here, though, as Doinby dies, though, just not tanking enough lead. Now under his own tier 3, Dark and Daggers come on forward. The ghouls, the dogs, sent straight after him. There's no Yorick, but minions abound nonetheless.
So that is the problem. The front line can't live around the objectives. This time, Tarzan has just taken the game by storm. Baron will be there.
Started with the early kills. But look at the stacking. These fights don't look clear.
Now, do NIP have the wave clear to survive through this? Well, it's also very hard to forget about stuff like the severe damage like that. Pantheon coming through.
Tries to jump on forwards. It's okay-ish, but we already said not the easiest for NIP to go forwards aggressively. 3 levels down on the Pantheon, and he's immediately blasted Leave, having to run away from the Scion, who ended up way behind enemy lines, but it matters not, because AL just eviscerate what remains of the NIP team.
They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. That feels like the story of this game. Tarzan has a W, has a flash to keep on walking forwards, and I don't think Leave will be seeing this one out to safety, or perhaps we underestimated him again. One of those daggers lands, though, and they
flash, there he goes, and there's the daggers. Not enough healing, even with all of the empowered healing to work with from his stacks. What is not stacking anymore is the house of cards that NIP were building. Their turrets crumble, and anyone's legend strike back in game 2 to even up the series.
Anyone's legend, even...
Jace, try and bring down the evil NIP empire, I suppose.
Pharaohs. They're all in the traditional Egyptian style, which is very interesting, because of course they were the kind of successor kingdom from Alexander.
Interesting.
Tarzan going towards mid lane.
Gonna put up a statue in honor of his great gank. It's not quite a pyramid, but it might be a tomb nonetheless. Nio gonna turn around though. Good damage back. Flash on in. Gonna get turned around. You'd think with the Shuriken bit flash forward required. Has got the double. Buffs to work with. Won't be able to find too much more. Flash is blown.
Making sure that Tarzan doesn't get the kill on the other side. I think you take that. Shanks blowing the flash means that it is 1-for-1. Double buffs over to Shanks. Doomby's probably less happy about this, but you know, Trundle, the early power of him is very important here. Naga even holding the wave for Doomby. That's nice.
Managed to mount up and get outside of the seismic
Oh, pulled him through the backfield.
And Shanks needs to potentially turn around and stop this. Turning around now with the 5-point race, but has to flash away. Nio's back, by the by. Sure, it can flip away. Remember, there's no flash. This can get interesting. Nike will have the hook back up. Seismic shove just wide. Shanks with the Serpentine gets out to safety.
Not exactly sure. I'm going to credit him for the activity here. Good flick banks, good damage.
I think Shanks could be in quite a lot of danger here.
Potentially. I mean, E out to safety.
There's no flash. Where's the Renekton's
coming up? He needs. Yeah. Does he have another E? Shanks might die, and that means that the double buffs he worked so hard to earn will fall off.
Now it's like, I need my buffs back, mate. Give them here. Give me my buffs. I think it was solo kill.
Oh, do they want to give it to the Renekton? Now that would be an adaptation. I would have thought giving it to the Wukong is better. Solo kill. Not going to be gifted it. They give it over towards Nio instead. That was a summonerless Nautilus. I would actually would have killed there. Not to be.
Worth noting as well, of course, it's gone for the Comet. We have seen a few Hail of Blades variant on the lethality to try and get through towards the Blight stacks and play it that way. A little bit slower in terms of just hitting one skill shot, but requiring a few more autos. But that I've seen a bit more success with.
I think it was Snake into Chao-Ju, which of course is where
Doinby,
that's where Doinby went. Yeah, of course.
Was that the bit of the Meteor drama as well?
Misses.
Well, make a corruption now onto Nike, who will survive the engage. Solo kill gonna hit with the turnaround as Shankso goes in, but gets bounced around and dies immediately. Now NIP can look for more. Second activation of the Cyclone, and Lee finds a wonderful angle to turn around, but all the while Varus and Trundle get a couple back. The problem is, where else do they run? Another one down. Flandre trying to run back, gets a shot blast that's accelerated into the middle of Narnia. Solo kill getting a good Cold the Meek healing, and now Kyle also dies, ends up being a 4-for-2.
Anyone's legend.
At least get that, but hey, you still get that marker towards feats of strength. Happy enough for that one. NIP also got the first 3 kills, so they've got that marker towards upgraded boots. Trap between a rock and a bottle place. Nowhere really to run. Finally, flashes Io coming. Maybe it's all a ruse. Gets crashed down on. Leave is here. Throwing down to Catherine. Nike as well. The arrow goes wide. So does the dredge light. Interesting. Kyle is going to go down. Doinby comes in with the Weaver's Wall and sets up Leave for a double. 303. Kaiser online.
Anyone's legend are really down 1,000 gold after the early games he's had over Nio. That'll feel pretty bad. Here's a level up. Cyclone coming through.
Again, has actually managed to farm quite well. That's where he's getting that level. The problem is, He is now on the wrong side of the rift, having just eaten a lot of damage. Subjugate's about to time out. Nio ticking up with the red buff, heading towards these turrets, going to try and deny.
Is it going to be an execute? Is it going to be an execute? He's trying to wait around for it. If Nio can probably flash to get himself something. We'll see. I don't think he's in range now. Tarzan will execute to the fountain. Oh, he flashes for the smite! Tarzan! You should have just walked! Nio, dubstep smite, gets a kill on his opposing number.
Similar flash, but the work is done. Leaf will end up hit by the shattering strike, but not leaving too that much, and that means Hope left alone in the mid lane. Depth charge, nowhere really to run with. No flash quite up to him. Waiting on the seismic shove, forces the front step, and Hope dies in the 1v2.
This is 3 games landing this time. Yeah, now the fights before, we haven't really seen the poke be the deciding factor. Flandra does have teleport, which is probably why Solo Kill popped that dominance earlier. I don't know if they should stick around for this, actually. Just let it go.
Yeah. Leaf had to reset, will go bot side. Just trying to ensure that it's not as easy for Hope to get towards the lane. No wave to fight over anyway, so you may as well just sort of force a slightly more awkward set of pathing. But now, what happens bot lane? Reminder, first turret worth playing for. You've got a Jace and a Trundle here. This could go down real fast.
Now, that will go down, but let's be honest, Norse Legend, they don't have the other feat of strength there, so it will be next objective, which will get it for them, so it's not instantly going to do that. Let this inner turret go down, though. This is a mistake.
Kai'Sa's roaming. You've got Nautilus and Renekton here. And remember, Kai'Sa can join with the Killer Instinct. Has got not got level 11. Important that the turret goes down. And that's a good shove from AL. Voidseeker lands. Do they want to go for this? Can't find the depth charge angle. Nio will keep chunking on this top side. And actually, there is no response yet, so might actually, in the slow run, be able to go 2 for 2 here. Yeah, and you do. I mean, Wukong is one of the best tower takers in the game, too. His Wukong clone also hits the turret, gets the attack speed. Nio getting a ton of gold here. And I tell you what, against this into the Mouth of Hell and did not emerge. Mouth of Hell just got some extra teeth courtesy of this Wukong. It's not looking fun right now for anyone's Legend. Make no mistake about it. Now the poke isn't quite there. Good flank back. Oh boy, Exhaust comes down, but it's not for the bloody Nautilus. Nightcat may well go low, but doesn't quite fall. Leaving the Catherine Rain won't quite get the kill. Solo kill, nearly gets solo killed by Shanks. The moment I start wondering about his value here, it gets a bit dangerous, but now Doomby gets to come on over, force the flash out of Shanks. So that's a flash away from Kyle, flash away from Shanks. Nightcat somehow surviving and not using his summon, his teleport into the mid lane. Hope doesn't have the ultimate leave. No ult, forced to flash himself. Not bad there from AL to pick up that summoner onto leave. Herald is still alive, worth noting. Anyone's Legend, that feats of strength. Anyone can Doomby. Best to be a mentor for the team here in the river, and that is a hook in from Nightcat, who needs to flash out this time. And to be fair to AL, the last few skirmishes, the damage checks have looked a lot better from AL. They've got the Ghost Blade and the Dirk, and suddenly Faris a little bit across our times with Trundle, been very potent. Tarzan with a flank angle, maybe he can find a decent fill in. Nightcat, remember, hooked into the wall. He is likely going to die for his transgressions. Dragon secured by NIP. Mid lane shove though for AL, trying to get back towards this mid lane wave. Tricky right now. Shock blast lands. Good chunk there from Flandre. Could potentially soldier clone rather over the wall. Or from Doomby. Make sure they can at least get that wave clear. Nightcat, that one's a little less good. Now you are likely going to be a little bit threatening, especially if you can then set up for something like the Sakali, who is potentially in danger, will find a really nice angle out there by using the perfect execution to get over Nio and on the other side of the wall. His flash was just coming off a cooldown. There was a brief window where maybe that could have worked out. Now with no Akali ult, do they feel like they can just take the Atakan? I wonder if anyone's Legend feel like they can actually approach this at all. The Akali ultimate is so important to them. Here has got flash. We just flipping this? Are you sure, NIP? I guess we are. And comes the Magnet Storm trying to turn on the Tarzan. Just going to get in there and steals it. NIP. What was the thought process? Leave now, spin up on the backside. It's a good ult, but Shanks is still going to win that 1v1. Kyle eventually falls. Tarzan in danger as Nio desperately low. Thunder Sky healing is pretty decent, but it'll go down in the 1-for-1. It's 2 for 2 overall right now. Barrier comes on board from Hope, needs to flash on in. The Culver Meek, the Ruthless Predator, but it's a kill for Flandre, who's now getting able to go to the skies, rooted up by the staggering blows, flashes away, hook on Hope, but it doesn't matter, and AL get the Atakan, and the full team well back in it. What possessed NIP to take that fight in the way that they did? Yes, there's no Akali ultimate. It does not mean you walk into melee range of that champion as the Kai'Sa. Shanks now a known quantity. Actually, is he? He's timed that run really well. Still in the dark right now. There's a lot of wards to go over, though. That definitely won't help. Oh my god, he's actually still unspotted. Incredible work. How has he done this? Assassin in the shadows. Got himself more than just a smoke screen. He's got himself
definite sense of where the vision is and isn't. Will he be spotted now? Yes, they should know now.
Finally have an idea, but it's a great angle nonetheless. Change corruption land onto Nike. He's taken very low. Dragon secured that soul point. Shanks can still get across here. Exhaust comes on forward. Shanks looking to threaten. Nike so low. The third point strike lands. Nike with the magnet storm. No, it causes Kyle. I get the wrong name, but it doesn't matter because Shanks is still murdering multiple members. The Weaver's Wall away. And AL just murder them.
Heartbreak for NIP. Definitely not. Nice looking for them as our reigning champions. The Dragon stolen by Tarzan. Baron secured.
And this game now all but over. 2,000
Tarzan. And Tarzan landing the smites. Takes the Atakan, takes the Dragon. Baron, of course, wasn't a contest. Now AL firmly in the lead.
Hope continuing to hammer down now onto NIP. The Jace, the Varus, into a very squishy team comp at this point. Really enjoying sitting under their turrets as the barrage continues.
Anyone's legend, yeah, this is the point where the comp gets very hard to deal with. NIP have just not been able to cleanly find the engages. Now, I think that that's earlier in the game from Nightcap. I somewhat understand them. He's delaying. He wants the poke to go onto him, not onto his carries. But now, they've just not been able to find that answer into the backline. Heisa gets a turret and bot side, some local gold for him, and an objective bounty. But AL are just running into their base.
We need to get it. Does it? Thunder, the third item. It gets a hex plate and a recurve bow. Hexplate, Kai'Sa. There you go. A bit more HP, a bit more ability haste. Just a few more ults. In goes Naya, looking to get a shove back. It's good. Tarzan now in danger. Exhausted and dead. Now they can look for some more. In goes the Kai'Sa with the ultimate still available. Doesn't need to use it right now. They get two. Shock blast onto Nio. Survives. Piercing arrow wide.
Hope very close to finishing off the kill there. Anyone's legend. Break the base with the Baron. Still got a minute of it left. Unlikely to use it to push in for another tower. Support. I mean, there's anyone's legend. If Hope or Flandre gets caught out quick enough, maybe NIP can take some big damage off the board early.
Shanks is the flanker again. Can do. The last smite fight was a flip one by Tarzan. The one at the Atakan was as well. Getting the better of Nio across the series in general on that front. Nio chunked out desperately low as Shanks murders the Wukong. That means no smite now, realistically, for this Dragon and Soul as anyone's legend. Shanks goes in, goes Golden Kyle with the Magnus all across to Nike and Solo kill left. To the wolves, or at least the assassins leave. Getting a Catherine Rain flash on forward from Hope, tries to ult, tries to find an angle, he just gets murdered anyway. As Shanks finds another, a 4.5 kill damage fight for Shanks. As with the death cap, he secures the game win for anyone's legend. Early game fumbles forgotten in the face of victory.
Anyone's legend will take the lead once again. NIP, a brutal early game from them. Throwing around the Atakan.
The Misfortune Rakan probably is your most potent lane, so I think as Tarzan, you probably want to play around that and try and use that as your option to get some priority. Seeing Nio this time around. Olaf, strong at the early HP, but Tarzan's already got the red buff. It's going to end up being a really nasty smite fight. Nio's waiting for Tarzan to turn up. We'll try and tough it out, but gets knocked up by the three talents, right, and just killed the solo kill. Oh dear. Tarzan time around. Ooh, flash. Okay, looking to try and punish here. Gets the knock up. Doomby roaming down, but Hope also coming on in. There's the renewal. Leave not going to have the easiest angle. Naya with respawn can look to get some more value for Tarzan. No flash. Shanks also here, but that's a level 4 caster, not the scariest. Naya, a low HP. Trying on Tarzan, dies again! On repeat! Oh, it's going from bad to awful. It's an open grave. And AL boot NIP's corpses in. Well then. What are we at now? 2,000 gold lead. Early Dragon. Marcus towards feature strength stacking. The Olaf, this clutch pick. For his second objective. NIP really feel like they need to fight here or it gets difficult. Hope flashes away from Nightcat's attempted engage. Kyle chunked up by the Soul Flare. Grub 1 secured by AL. Flandre now roaming on up. Level 7 for Shanks. Can maybe start the Rift Fork. Audacious charge. Double knocker. Bullet time! It's brutal Crescent Guard buys time. And Olaf dead again. More knockups. More wind becoming lightning. It's an absolute thunderstorm out here. Solika will leap strike to at least get something. Can't quite. It does actually get the second grub off that, by the way. Nio. That's unfortunate. Tarzan's around. He's not spotted. Pathmaker footwork goes wide. Tarzan's going to go in regardless. They know that he's there, but I don't think they care. We win those. Crescent Guard pull back. Overcomes the quickness. They do get the shutdown. That's nice. 1-for-1 right now. Leave gets involved as well with Mom coming on up. Roam. Bullet time. Brutal. Flash on forwards as they keep getting more of the footwork. The Pathmaker, the Odofo strike to draw the double kill. What looked okay for a second or two isn't. As Hope decides to call in the arm. For the record. Leave will stand up here and start attacking that turret a fair amount. Kyle and Shanks bot side. This is the Grub's advantage to NIP. TPing in is Flandre. In a 1v4, clears out the wave. May die for this. He's not that tanky. And dies. That's a kill on to Leave. Stops the turret going down, though. It means that Shanks likely gets that mark towards the feats of strength. 2-0-1 for Leave, though. If there was a way back, Smolder scaling with Carl. With kills. Might be your only way out. Still going to be this turret first for Shanks, who switches over with the spellbook back towards the flash. Turret secured by Shanks. Aid. Shanks important. Netherblade actually is the one it is, isn't it? Dragon. Actually a contest here. Watch Solo Kill looking to zone out on the side. Overcomes Shanks looking to begin to stack up those Rift Walks. Threaten. Redemption from both sides. Keep people chunked up. Shanks will get headbutted out of the pit. Solo Kill stacking up the counter strike. Not a great ult from Leave. Dragging down to 3k HP. Exhaust on his Shanks. Bullet time chunks Nikita really low. And the jungle is dead. All the while, they'll lose a second kill to Hope. Thought they could contest, but Soul Point is now AL's hunting for more. As Tarzan gets a 3 talent strike and an audacious charge and Leave does that. Picked up by Shanks. Oh, they couldn't stand there. Under the waves and waves of ammunition. Back to life we go. NIP forced to try and run from their own jungle. Unsuccessfully as Hope keeps landing double up to double up. Some love taps come on through. And Misfortune blows them a kiss. She blows their heads off. The Queen of Bilgewater. Charming, gorgeous, strutting all over. And armed with all the firepower she can afford. And she is a very rich queen at this point. 808. Buy out the armory. The ultimate accessory, firepower, and gunpowder. TPM from Flandre. TP in from Rakan with the spellbook. Nio trying to take away that wrap up, gets it. Leave in danger, but more so is Nycat, who will go down to Hope. There's a 9th kill for the AD carry. Leave can only stand and watch as his support is turned into stake to feed the AD carry a little more gold. Tarzan, Crescent Guard, flash, knockup. Kyle with the quickness. Oh, AL are just styling on him. There's the double-digit kills. 10-0 and 8. Misfortune's wins rate in the LPL playoffs has been anemic. Today, this game, she's eaten good. Redemption comes on forwards, will not save Solo Kill. Niall will Ragnarok, but unfortunately the end of days is looking a lot like NIP's world ending. Their year to boot. T2 in mid lane falls. The gold lead expands to over 10,000. 21 minutes on the clock. Atakan already taken by... And the clock is ticked down. Doomsday is upon us. Shanks is level 16. Even though they're there, we'll avoid Pulse. All the while, look, AL are just marching through mid. Why are NIP topsides? Trying to get that tier 1 top. And unfortunately, I think the heavens are deafeningly quiet right now. Watch most decisive game of the series go against them. The draft was fun, but the play was not. It's been a horror show. It's been an execution. A triple kill for Tarzan, who from the moment he won the Smite fight over his own Raptors has shown NIP what the meaning of jungle carry looks like. The best jungler in the LPL. Chovy might fight it, but right now, this game, this moment, it's Tarzan. He takes the game by the scruff of the neck and breaks it. Anyone's legends decimate.